Chryst, and we'll take questions.
I'm certainly, proud of the way the guys handled the whole week, and anytime you get a chance to play a game and earn the right to win, you appreciate that, and you're grateful for all the work that goes into it. And I thought one thing that hit me today watching it was, there's a lot of guys that get it going and allow others to. We're able to play a lot of guys, and that happens because you had a group take care of the business and give them the opportunity to play, and that's always good. Every first rep for a guy or added reps are huge, and that part was good.
Mike's on the other side.
Paul, after I think it was your third offensive series, both had man change, went to a different look on the right side, stuck at that for a long time. When you haven't looked at the tape, what do you think those two guys gave you? Because it appeared that they helped solidify some things and also spark the offense.
Yeah, and it was, we were fortunate that kind of with what Bort was able, they could play, and kind of same thought with Trey, kind of get them in and how can we get them some reps, and wanted to do it early, kind of was truly warmed up and going, and so that was really good for us to be able to get done in it, and I thought, like you said, don't know the film, but it was energizing having them in there.
So was that the plan going into the game, or was it an in-game thing like we need to make a change?
No, I mean, we were hoping, kind of see how warm-ups went, and Bort felt good, and we knew we could get some snaps out of them, and so wanted to get that going.
Well, how valuable was a performance like this to remedy some of the issues that popped up last week, in particular because you're going to be playing Ohio State next week?
Yeah, I think that, certainly every experience you go through, you hope to learn from. But I also think every bit today is today, and we're going to be facing different teams, and certainly facing a different team next week and the week after. So I think that it's good that, the response, last week, that part I was pleased with, and then it's all about, you get a chance to play the game, and I thought guys were ready and came out and played. But you just got to keep going, keep trying to grow.
Paul, it's been kind of a theme for the first 3 weeks here, getting a bunch of receivers involved. With the depth that you have at that position, just how much better do you think it makes your offense when you have that many guys you can rotate in and out and they can all make plays like they are?
Yeah, it's always good, and I think the one thing that Graham's been doing a good job of is trying to just take what's there, and certainly a lot of guys are putting themselves in position, and when the ball gets spread around, I think it's always healthy.
Yeah. Well, when did you guys know that you're going to have to go with Lam and Ben Zelst? And I know it's just one game, but how do you think they handled what you needed them to do today?
Yeah, it was Thursday/Friday that we kind of, okay, this is what it's going to be, and I thought they both handled it well, and you appreciate that.
Paul, after Chez's touchdown, it looked like you pulled him off to the side. You kind of had a good moment with him and was talking to him maybe about the play or just that moment. I'm curious to know what that conversation was like.
Well, you saw what it looked like.
Yeah. Well, what'd you say, I guess, or if you want to share with us?
No, I don't.
Thanks. Thought I'd ask.
I appreciate that. I'm not trying to be.
Paul, as you make the transition now from that conference to conference, do you, I'm sure like the record was different after last week, but do you like what you've seen so far in your team, and do you feel like you're prepared heading into Big Ten play?
Yeah, I think that, do I appreciate what guys are putting out there? Yeah, and I would hope and want to believe that there's lessons that we experienced in the first 3 games that if we can truly learn from them, what things allowed us to be successful, and build on that, and things that make it harder, right? And the truth is, time will tell, right? Do we truly learn those lessons? But I appreciate the way that they've gone through it, but we've got you know, we have certainly not arrived.
That said about not arriving, do you have a feel that your passing game overall, from what the quarterback's doing, the guys getting open, the execution is in better shape maybe than it was at certain times last year, just overall?
I hadn't kind of thought that way.
Do you like what you've seen from the passing game to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's times when it's looked like what it should look like. And so that part, I think there's moments when it looks like what it should look like.
Paul, same kind of thing. Pass protection has been kind of a strength of the team so far these first 3 weeks. What do you think this line's maybe done in that area in the first 3 weeks, or throughout camp maybe that you've seen that's why they're succeeding, picking up blitzes and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, you know, we weren't good on the first third down tonight, or this afternoon. Yeah, I think certainly, you know, the guys work at it and take pride, and I think that, you know, it takes everyone on it. You know, I think that Graham has been doing a good job of getting the ball out, and it helps when there's guys open, and, you know, as competition gets tougher, you know, you'll be challenged more. But, you know, to win games, we're going to have to be able to run the ball, we're going to have to be able to throw it, and I think we got to keep going.
This one's right down here. Wheelhouse, the red pants day. How did that come to be, and who decided that, and did you fight it at all, or?
You know enough to ask it that way. You know what? We got some guys, and I feel good with this. They're in charge of it, and I don't care as long as they play well.
Say, Paul, with the defense, and looks like 7 interceptions by, I believe, 7 different players. What does that, to you, what does that say about the defense and ability for not just a couple of players to create takeaways in that manner?
Well, I think it's, I mean, they're big plays, and it's been fun to see. Yeah, I thought Rico's was a heck of a pick today, and you know, Moores was that was impressive. Jake, everyone's excited about that one. You know, Jay had one opportunity at one. You know, guys value it, and they know, and I think our coaches do a great job of putting them in position and kind of coaching them to where to trust it and go for it. And so takeaways are huge, you know, and you take them in any fashion. But it's been fun to see a number of guys getting them.
Take one more, Coach.
Paul, you often say it takes everybody, and I don't much more gratifying or fun is it in a game like this where you can get pretty much everybody that you want to play into the game at some point?
Well, I think it's certainly meaningful, you know, and you see it and you feel it on the sideline. You know, there's a lot of guys that put in a ton of work, and not all get to play in the games. And so when there are those opportunities, there truly is an energy, you know, particularly on the sideline, you know, when guys make plays. And I know it's probably at the end of the game, and to many it seems meaningless, but, you know, Amon made a nice tackle, and there was an excitement right there. You know, people were fired up about, you know, Jake's pick, and you know, to get to see Julius go, and for Isaac to get, you know, Isaac's been playing early in the game, but just, you know, anytime you go and had a lot of guys, and a number of guys that, you know, are during the week are on the scout team, and they're playing, you know, a couple of those guys on defense, and you just, that's, we all know how much they put into it, and I know, and you talk to our guys, they'll always value those first snaps, or when the first time that they make a tackle, or get a completion, or whatever that may be, right? It's real to them. It's that part. That's why I appreciate what everyone did to give those guys that opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.